All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I would love to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who's taught us this 100% truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to all the Akim who sends truth and sincerity. Shalom to the sincere Aqua for the maybe out there watching and learning. It's your brother Yakal, in the Miss Columbus, Ohio branch, coming back again with another lesson through the Spirit. And just a quick hit lesson as I was reading, listening to an audiobook while I was working. And I just heard this precept here, Psalms 119 and verse 104. And I just thought about it like, man, the more you grow, the more you begin to, hate wickedness. As it's been went over many times before, we all lived a life different from the life we live now and the truth, growing in this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord has graced us with. Okay. But like I said, the more you grow, the more you realize how weak and how wicked this place is, and the more you are disgusted by this place and by, the ways of this world. You know, Let me read this real quick. Psalms 119 and verse 104. It says, "Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way." You see, anything that's contrary to the scriptures, man, it's for the birds. It gets to a point where it's hard to even watch certain videos, because brothers, tend to do reactions to certain videos that Jake and the world may put up. Saying maybe talking about the Israelites, saying this, that, the third, or preaching about some Christianity or whatever they talking about. You got atheists, they make videos. A lot of different people, saying that's contrary to the truth, make videos, and brother do reactions to them. But we know through the spirit it's all false. It's all been proven wrong, right? And like I said, it gets to a point where it's even hard to watch these videos, man. It's hard to sit in the midst of your own family, saying, hearing some of the things that they say and the way that they move, the way that they carry themselves. It's hard, and it's not something that we, through the spirit desire to do anymore. At a point in time, it was tolerable, and we can still tolerate it, to an extent, what I'm saying, just because, we try to live peaceable and, but at the end of the day, it's a huge reason why Jake begins to separate themselves, what I'm saying, a lot more than they used to would have. Because this shit is like, man, and just for balance sake, we're not perfect, okay? So I got to get this Proverbs real quick. Because I know here at GMS we don't live as hypocrites, and try to make it as if we're just so perfect and uppity, and we just, have the most, live the most clean lives in the world, But we know through the Spirit, through these scriptures, we are the righteous ones, okay? We are the righteous, all right? We don't live as hypocrites, all right? We follow the scriptures to the best of our abilities, follows the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities, all right? Praying, fasting, trying to do things that are pleasing unto the Lord, pushing the correct doctrine, etc. All right. But Proverbs 24:16, just for balance sake, it says, "For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief." Like I say, we're not perfect. We still make mistakes. What I'm saying? Still battle, certain things, what I'm saying? With our flesh, you know, majority of these things we put off, what I'm saying? We put off a lot, what I'm saying, coming into this truth. All right. And that even comes with putting off certain people and, things like that out of your life. So that way you may focus and you know, uh, uh, pull away from the wickedness of this world because it is consuming. All right, and it has consumed a lot of Jacob. All right, so we pull away from these things, man. This place it has nothing to offer us. Okay, it's nothing that we are enticed, so to speak, about this place anymore. Of course, like we all have our vices. You know what I'm saying? Jake like to drink a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Deal with your little woman, your little yeah, whatever. But even in that, it becomes irritating. Because our mind and our hearts are set on becoming better. Our minds and our hearts are set on, the kingdom finally becoming perfect, being cleansed, all right, being pure. You know, that's where our hearts and our minds is at. All right, it's not set on this place, man. You know, I know amongst us brothers, man, here in GMX, man, we hate going off. We hate making mistakes. You know, they always catch themselves, saying in the midst, like, damn, man, I've been even simply scrolling on your phone all day, like, damn, man, I've been in this phone all damn day. You know, even things like that are not pleasing unto us no more, man. You know, yeah, we do it because we're in the flesh, but that shit's not pleasing. We want to be greatness, man. All right, and that's what our heart and our mind is focused on. Okay, so let me jump here. Psalms 101 and verse 3. I'm gonna read it in NLT. It says, "I will refuse to look at anything vile and vulgar. I hate all who deal crookedly. I will have nothing to do with them." You know, and that's beautifully put, man. We don't even want to look at certain things, man. Certain stuff pop up on your feed, man. Hey, man, I'm about to watch this shit. This is some bullshit. Excuse my language, but man, why is this here? You know what I'm saying? And that's it just shows how the wickedness has consumed the world. Certain things you see pop up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, this is something that people are able to just see, to just watch. You know, and you go around certain people's like, damn, you really just did that? Did you really just say that? It's so much to this world that's so wicked and so disgusting. No wonder why Jake's mind is so corrupted, so tainted, you know? Because look what's around you. Like, no matter where you look, you're gonna see wickedness, man. You hardly ever see any kind of justice in here, man. You know? So yeah, man, we don't want no parts. We don't want no parts in this place, man. We don't want parts. All right, this place it has nothing to offer us anymore. And that wicked look and this and that, it ain't it, man. We're trying to polish up, clean up, and do better. And that's the bottom line. I got one more. Lord willing, Romans. Sorry, Romans 12. Yeah, Romans 12 verse 9 says, "Let love be with dissimulation, abhor that which is evil, and you hate that which is evil." It says, "Cleave to that which is good." Man, that wicked life, that wicked behavior, that vibration that's pushed, niggas in the hood, women in the hood, you know what I'm saying? You can't even begin to speak on the wickedness of Esau and how deep rooted his wickedness runs. That's a whole nother topic. You can highlight Jake wickedness all day because it's painted all over, all over it everywhere. But the depth of Esau and his wickedness, man, is super disgusting, man. And it far exceeds. the wickedness of Jake, man. Jake, for the most part, just got a bad rep because, like I said, our wickedness, you know what I'm saying, the ways of our people, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, it's pasted everywhere, especially, the southern side, so-called black people, you know. It's just painted all across the board, you know what I'm saying? We're known as, thieves and this and that, loud and all that shit, man. Typical things you see about Jake, but the depth of Esau and his wickedness, man, wow. It runs so far deep. It runs so far deep, man. And it's beginning to show. And the times we're living in now, it's beginning to show. Esau is showing his horns, man. And man, do we hate it? Do we hate his ways? Do we hate the ways of this world, man? You see? And what's man, what's that precept? Salaki, give me a second, man. I'm almost positive it's in second Ezra's. Yeah, Salaki. Pretty much precept going into the way that the world is ran, or the state that the rulers in, so are his people. Salaki, I'm having a brain fart on that, but Lord willing, I'll find it. I'll put it in the comment section. But what I'm saying, just highlighting the state of the people, the state of the rulers, the state of the people, you know, and the state of Esau, because he is the ruler of the world. All right, the state of Esau is wicked. So look at the product of his works. It's wickedness, man. You know, and that's far many reasons why we need to get out of this place, man. The wickedness of this place can't be reversed. All right, this place has to be cleansed. This place has to be burned. All right, and that way, righteousness can be established on the earth again, man. You see, but that's it. You know, just a quick lesson. Just highlighting the wickedness of this world, man, and how if you in really righteous, man, and you really care about your how about Shemi outside, man, you will hate this place in the ways, even when you fall short, you will hate it, man. You know, and you would try your best to make changes, man. And in your heart, man, I gotta change. I gotta focus on the Lord so that way we can get the hell out of here. That should be our main focus. Okay? But Lord willing, I was edifying. I'm gonna give our praise, honor, and glory again unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Dash. The honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Say Shalom and the Bible Ball.